The House will be in order. Introduction of bills and concurrent resolutions, the clerk will read.
House Bill 2613 by Representative Essex, an act concerning the Attorney General relating to the Drug Abuse Resistance Education DARE program, creating the position of statewide drug abuse resistance education educator, and providing for the duties and responsibilities thereof, establishing the Drug Abuse Resistance Education Fund, and providing funding for such fund through an annual transfer of state monies. House Bill 2614 by Committee on Elections, requested by Clay Barker, General Counsel, Kansas Secretary of State. An act concerning administrative rules and regulations requiring state agencies to provide notice of revocation thereof, removing certain abolished or inactive state agencies from the 5-year agency review requirement. House Bill 2615 by Committee on Elections, requested by Clay Barker, General Counsel, Kansas Secretary of State. An act concerning the publication of state laws and rules and regulations relating to the printing and distribution thereof, removing state printer from timeline requirements for printing session laws, providing statewide elected officials and legislators to receive statute books and supplements upon request, requiring all administrative rules and regulations to be published electronically, and eliminating the printing of volumes and supplements thereof, providing for the authenticating, preparing of searchable base and setting of prices of administrative rules and regulations by the Secretary of State. House Bill 2616 by Committee on Elections, requested by Kim Borchers. An act concerning, concerning elections relating to the qualification of poll workers, prohibiting the disqualification of certain individuals as poll workers on the basis of residency or registered voter status. House Bill 2617 by Committee on Elections, requested by Representative Carlin. An act concerning state governmental ethics relating to members of the legislature, prohibiting voting on certain legislative matters in which a member has a special interest. House Bill 2618 by Committee on Elections, requested by Dan Burrows on behalf of the Office of the Attorney General. An act concerning elections relating to the election crime of false representation of an election official, requiring specific intent of the offender as an element of such criminal offense. House Concurrent Resolution 5624 by Representative Dodson, a proposition to amend Article 14 of the Constitution of the State of Kansas by adding a new section thereto, reserving to the people of Kansas the power of initiative. House Bill 2619 by Representatives Penn and K. Williams, an act concerning retirement and pensions relating to the Kansas Deferred Retirement Option Program Act, expanding such program membership to all members of the Kansas Public Employees Retirement System.
Messages from the governor. The clerk will read.
Message from the governor regarding veto of House Bill 2284. I support responsible tax cuts, but I refuse to sign into law a reckless flat tax that would take us back to the Brownback while doing next to nothing for the middle class. This flat tax experiment would overwhelmingly benefit the super wealthy, and I'm not going to put our public schools, roads, and stable economy at risk just to give a break to those at the very top. I am dead set on making sure working Kansas get a tax cut this year. That's why I brought together Republican, Democratic, and Independent legislators to champion a $1 billion tax cut over 3 years, all while maintaining our state's strong fiscal foundation. Our bipartisan tax cut will make it easier for families to pay for groceries, childcare, diapers, and school supplies, while also cutting property, sales, and retirement taxes. While I urge the legislature to take this irresponsible flat tax experiment off the table once and for all, know that I will not let legislators leave Topeka this year without meaningfully and responsibly cutting taxes for middle-class families. I will call a special session if I have to, anything to ensure Kansans see tax relief immediately. Let's work together to cut taxes in a way that continues our economic growth while benefiting all Kansans, not just the wealthiest. Therefore, under Article 2, Section 14A of the Constitution, I hereby veto House Bill 2284, Governor Laura Kelly, January 26, 2024.
Are there announcements? Speaker recognizes Representative Blake Carpenter.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Really quickly, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to come down and say that the Taiwan resolution is down on here on my desk if you haven't had the opportunity to sign yet. But also wanted to make the exciting announcement that today we are creating the Taiwan Friendship Caucus. And so if you would like to be a part of that, feel free to let us know. And that caucus is going to meet later this week, but we're also going to start having more frequent meetings as well. So more to come on that. We'll get names who want to be a part of that caucus so we can kind of keep track of folks. but would love to have you guys participate. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Further announcements? Seeing none, Speaker recognizes the Majority Leader for a motion to adjourn.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Veterans Caucus is meeting at noon today in 281 North. Mr. Speaker, I move the House adjourn until Tuesday, January 30th at 11 a.m. pro forma.
You've heard the motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. We are adjourned.